Hello, and welcome back to me streaming some Blood Bowl. Though today, I will not be playing, but we are once again going to be having me streaming and spectating somebody else's game. That being, for Group H, Corash, his Vicious Virtuosi Dark Elf team, versus SnigerDK, who is coaching the Boozy Bunch Orc team. And they are live, so we shall hop right on in. I think this one, this is a really important match for the both of them in terms of placement, as I believe either side wins here, they are guaranteed to not be in the bottom, I guess. But though, to be fair, in this current seeding tournament style divisions, the eventual placement, aside from being the first and high ranking second, doesn't really matter too much, especially with there probably being at least a few people who will re-roll their teams in the future as well. I was actually wrong. It is Black Orcs rather than regular Orcs, which makes this, I feel, more, well, I think that it's going to be more fun, because I genuinely prefer Black Orc, consider Black Orcs teams and their, how they play the game to be more interesting oftentimes than the Orcs, even though they are kind of similar as names go. So the Boozy Bunch has won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive. I am a fan, generally speaking, especially when unless I'm expecting heavy casualties from the line of scrimmage hits. I am a fan of kicking to, choosing to kick rather than receive the ball. But we shall see. So we have Corash here. His Dark Elf team has managed to recover from, they lost a Blitzer, I believe, match day 1, which is a heavy blow for any Dark Elf team to lose a Blitzer, just straight up to lose them to death. But they have managed to recover from that fairly well. Their Witch Elf has managed to get block, which is a really essential skill for a Witch Elf. They have a lineman with block and dodge. They have another lineman with, I believe that's shadowing. So I'm pretty sure he probably random rolled that. And then I'm not sure he's actually happy with that, because 10k for shadowing on a movement 6 piece. I mean, if he wanted shadowing, he should have just gotten the assassin. Assassins are fun. And then he has another Blitzer who's taken a serious injury, has diving tackle on him. So, I think he probably randomed this skill. And it's not the worst skill to get on a Dark Elf Blitzer, because then you're going to get dodge, and then you're going to get sidestep, and you're going to be annoying. And he does have a Blitzer with dodge as well. He is running with 2 loner linemen. 2 journeymen. I don't know if those are MNGs on his team, because I didn't manage to take a look beforehand. Kickoff, high kick. The Black Orcs get to put a player underneath it. They decided the Goblin with 7 SPP, and he failed to catch. All right. I'm surprised that they left this Black Orc so far back. I assume, I figure that they maybe, for cage building purposes, I guess. To just have a little bit of extra muscle in the backfield in case there's something like a blitz result, I guess. He is moving all of his pieces that are not going to be blitzing or blocking first, or picking up the ball, which is the smart way of doing about things. The real interesting question is, what is he going to do with this Black Orc? Because I could easily, like, I could definitely see him. I don't think he's gonna go for a blitz with him, because his only real target, aside from the people on the line of scrimmage, is a blodging lineman. And that just genuinely probably doesn't seem too tempting. Granted, not the greatest options on this side either. Okay, so yep, he just instead starts moving towards the other flank, as that seems to be where the Black Orcs are going to be concentrating in their initial push in, at least. All right, that's one lineman down on the line of scrimmage. Follows it up. Seems reasonable. That is not an elf down. That is just a push. Surprisingly, he follows that up, considering that now the troll does not get 3 dice and therefore only gets pushes. Slightly odd, I would say. And then we have Mr. Black Orc here, who's probably going to be doing the blitzing. He goes for the bludger because there's nobody to help him out to go after the lineman. Only a push. I mean, he does have bludge, so, and no tackle. Probably doesn't reroll that. No, he does reroll that. Okay. Surprised he went for the reroll there. Like, he's in a very safe position where the ball is. Like, I don't think he needed to do the reroll. He probably just... And I mean, it's a shame that it got wasted regardless, but I don't think he needed to reroll that. It's not that critical of a thing. He could have just tried next turn. Alright. Corash. What is Corash going to do? As I said, the ball is in a fairly secure location. I think he might, like, especially... Oh, he's going after... Huh? I don't think Corash realizes that that particular Black Orc has stand firm. He might have just realized that that Black Orc has stand firm. Because otherwise, I don't see the purpose of tagging him with 2 there. Okay, he's gonna take... He's going hard into contact. Okay, he's still going in after him. Well, I mean, he takes him down. But, like, going in with the Witch Elf... kind of surprised. I figured that, like, with this guy, it's easier... Like, it's a better place to put pressure on, because he does, like, 1, he doesn't have stand firm, and 2, he has a serious injury on him. So I figured if, like, he would blitz there and hopefully take him down, which would then give this line elf a better chance of, like, dodging out. But I suppose he can just go for some 2 die blocks there. And quick and easy, just like that. I don't think he feels particularly threatened for the Witch Elf. Like, the Witch Elf is probably the prime target. Maybe the diving tackle blitzer. He's got serious injury on him. He's probably the target number 1 for the Black Orcs, I would assume. But the Witch Elf is close second, just because, you know, Bludger, if she goes down, like, putting the boot in at AV7 is... or AV8 plus, seems reasonable. He's reinforcing his ball position, which I think is smart of him. But the real question is, I mean, where is he blitzing and with who? And I guess against whom? I'm gonna assume it's gonna be this Black Orc who's doing the blitzing, but his only real target is the Witch Elf here, or going after the lineman there. But going after the lineman doesn't seem overly productive, considering he can just normal block with this Black Orc anyway. I would imagine he goes for the blitz on the Witch Elf, obviously hoping for a POW. If he doesn't get the POW, he just He pushes the Witch Elf over there and follows it up with the Orc, with the Black Orc, and that means that he can get another 2 die on the Witch Elf with this Black Orc. Yep, goes for the Witch Elf. Gets the POW. Didn't think that was gonna be the place where he did it from, and he follows up on that block. No armor break on the Witch Elf. Takes the 2 die over there. Dodge. Means that he doesn't go down. If he's going for the troll block, he should probably activate the troll before he activates. Yep, he activates the troll. Unfortunate, still. Definitely would have followed that up there, I think. Oh, is he gonna brawler? He brawlers, and he gets the desired result. Probably puts him over there. Yep. Doesn't follow up. Seems reasonable. Doesn't want that Black Orc to get hit. And then he can go for the pickup again. I would not re-roll this. Again, he is, I think, safe enough. And this time he doesn't re-roll. Alright, we've got Dark Elves once again. The good thing about the Witch Elf is that she has jump up. So on a 2+, she could, like, get a block in from the ground against one of the targets that she's next to without using up a blitz. The unfortunate part about that is that all of the 3 things now that are next to her have strength 4, and she will have, at best, 1 assist. Obviously, she's got block, so the 1 dice is not the worst, but I still probably wouldn't be too, like, I wouldn't be too hasty with that decision. Okay. Is that gonna be the blitz target? Apparently. He goes for the 1 die without block, gets a skull, team reroll, gets a push. Okay. Moves the Black Orc out of the way, which I mean, the Blitzer over here is slightly in the way, but so long as he can do some dodges. Speaking of, he can do a dodge apparently just as well. Speaking of, the jump up. Oh, and she's kind of, well, this Blitzer will probably move, but yeah, one of the other good things about Witch Elves and coming with jump up, it means that they get full movement even off of the ground, rather than having to take the penalty to their movement. Okay. He moves on forward. I'm gonna assume that the Witch Elf is going to get up, dodge, and attempt to make her way over there as well. As she does. And this is probably won't reroll that failed dodge. Yep. Doesn't look. Yep. No armor break. The Blitzer and the Troll over here are. So yeah, he's now putting pressure onto the back line, and which is exactly what you want to do against the Black Orcs when you're an elf, considering how not fast the Black Orc team is. Unfortunately, he had to do it through, like, this very narrow corridor, and I'm pretty sure, like with all of these Black Orcs that are, like, just able to move, he is probably going to be going for a blitz over there. He can bring another Black Orc over here to assist against this lineman, so this lineman should go down. He's already tagged that lineman. And so long as, even if he gets a push on the Blitzer, like, there's going to be a Black Orc over there, probably. So these elves are going to be very hard, like, pressed in. And then, like, with that being said, he's also screening them off of the ball carrier, who hopefully the Goblin can manage to pick the ball up off of the ground. Yep, goes in against the Diving Tackler. Diving Tackler goes down. Follows it up, just as expected. No armor break there, but just putting him down, and he's probably going to be taking the block over here with the Goblin. Yep, moves him over to assist. He gets a 2 die with this Goblin now. If he takes him down, probably over there. He is, however, taking rather slow turns in that he's like, but I mean, so is Corash apparently. Like, he's already down to only 2. Yeah, you do definitely want to follow that up. Yeah, even though that does put the goblin at risk of getting blocked by the elf, it's still better than not following that up. But yeah. Alright, the 3+ pickup finally succeeds. Doesn't need to use a reroll on it. And the Goblin Bruiser moves on forward. Not sure that would be the exact placement I'd want to do it to, because now I think the Dark Elf lineman... the Dark Elf lineman over here who stayed up is going to 2-die block this Goblin Bruiser, right? If he gets a block... if he gets a push or better, so... anything other than skull or anything other than a skull or both down, that means that this, I mean, it's a 4+, as it is still 2 tackle zones there. Can the Witch Elf, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the Witch Elf can also make it there with a bunch of dodging. I think that might be what he's actually gonna go for, because, like, yep, he goes down, obviously takes the POW. I wonder if if he goes for the 4+, like, he doesn't have a built-in reroll for that. Doesn't have a built-in reroll for that. Yeah, I think it's better that he moves this Blitzer over here and cancels out the assist from the Goblin Bruiser, and then actually he can do what he can do is pick up this Blitzer, and then that should give this line elf a 2-die on, or he can bring in some assists. Yep. Goes for the Witch Elf block. That's surprising. Okay. I figured he was gonna do it with this lineman here, and that would have made the Witch Elf blitz against the ball carrier easier, because she wouldn't have to do all those dodges. So, well, that would have canceled out at least 1 dodge. But yeah, Corash is he needs to keep an eye on his bonus time, because he is in danger of running out, and this is, like, not even, like, we aren't even halfway through the first half here. Okay, so he takes a 2-die over there, which now does give him a 1-die. Gives him a 1-die now. I don't think there's there's nobody, unless he wants to do some dodging with the 1, 2. Yeah, but he goes for the 1-die against the ball carrier. He does have block. I'm surprised he decided that push was good enough there. Figured he'd go for the... Oh, wait a minute. Huh? He's... Ah, that might have then been a spectator bug, I guess. The, like, only having... Because, like, his bonus time just reset. Like, to the full amount? Question mark? Yeah, it didn't feel like he used that, like, had already used that much, because you start with, like, 730 of bonus time. So it didn't feel like that was, so I was very surprised when it showed that he only had 2 minutes left. I guess that was just a spectator bug. Thankfully for Corash. Right. Not the best, but not the worst situations for the Black Orcs. This stun is quite annoying. And this elf is quite annoying. I believe he is going to be getting rid of said elf with a blitz coming in just about now. Yep. Down he goes, probably pushes him there so that, yep, he can potentially get surfed. Oh, he gets KO'd instead, which is accomplishes exactly the same thing, so that's nice. Moves him over there, which means that he's going to attempt to build his cage like over here. Hopefully he realizes that he doesn't... Yeah, he doesn't want to take the extra step there. Make himself vulnerable again. This Black Orc probably moves there. Yep. And then he needs to screen off the back with a goblin. The problem is that this guy, like, the diving tackler is a real problem for him, because, like, he's probably gonna be the one who his opponent would want to bring on, like, do the blitz with and get next to the ball carrier. Okay. I was expecting the troll to tag both of them. Ooh, that was the wrong goblin to try and dodge away from, I think. The shadowing could have really messed him up there. But thankfully, shadowing never works, so that's something. The real question is, yeah, he just dodges there to be in the way, and then this goblin, I think. I wonder if he's gonna try and, like, yep, dodge away with the goblin. Okay, so he didn't... I was thinking that he was gonna try and dodge away with the goblin and to try and bait out the diving tackle there, so that he could, if he was, like, on the ground there, he would be less of a threat. But now the problem is that now that he failed to do that, he can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, punch, and then 8, 9. Though, to be fair, if he just does that, he just instantly gets surfed, and there's not much of a problem there. Unless he also just aggressively marks all of the Black Orcs, which he could well do. It'll be interesting to see how this situation develops. I think the Dark Elves are going to easily sort of wall off the... Oh, that is a Black Orc. That is the Witch Elf going, instead of trying the diving tackle way, that is the Witch Elf going for the surf on the Black Orc there. He does not have stand firm, unlike his compatriots. And that is bad for his life expectancy. Well, maybe not life... Well, I mean, maybe it is life expectancy, maybe it isn't life expectancy, but, yep, keeping that Black Orc contained. I don't know why he moved the loner there. But here comes the blitz. Oh, that's a snake eye on the dodge, even with the dodge skill. Saves the like, that would have been really bad for the Black Orc player had that surf actually succeeded. I think he mispositioned the blitzer. Like, there was no real reason to go for that dodge. Like, he could have even just gone like here. I think, like, she has the movement. So I think that was just him being very, like, just like, sort of homing in on the whole, oh, I get to surf a Black Orc thing, and then just, like, pressing the blitz rather than taking into account what the route actually is. And I do think, as I said, like, I do think he mispositioned this blitzer here, because she could have just been, like, gone like this instead. Yep, he can't afford to rely on Brawler there. I'm surprised he didn't follow that up. Like, I don't know why he didn't feel the need to follow that up. I think what he's going to do is this Black Orc here blitzes this blitzer, hopefully takes him down, at minimum gets a push, pushes him there, and then that means that this guy gets to punt the shadowing guy into the crowd. So now it's the Elves who are getting surfed. Or he does that? Why? Okay. Okay, huh. I don't see the reason for that. Well, I guess he's, like, I mean, this is his 5th turn. So after this, he only has 3 more turns to go, and he's still in his own half with the ball. I think he's gonna run out of time if he, if he's doing this the way he is now. He's gonna run out of time to actually score the touchdown. And, like, it's not like he has a great position on his ball carrier at the moment because, well, the Black Orc in the back there, yeah, he needs to move there, which does mean that the diving tackler guy is less likely to get in through. But again, like, I think this is too slow of a strategy. He's baiting the diving tackle. He diving tackles, but the dodge does mean that he actually gets the goblin in there anyway. Okay. I think what Corash needs to do here is to disengage himself from the fight and just start walling off the Black Orcs. Like, the fact that he didn't get to surf the Black Orc over there is unfortunate, but I don't think that's reason enough for him to like, there's no, like, he's still going for it, I think. He's still gonna try and but I don't think he can make it work. What? I mean, that's gonna be, so that's gonna be a 2-die. Okay. He takes that block. He takes the boat down because, like, I don't. He takes the push instead because he doesn't want his shadowing lineman to get surfed, I guess. He follows that up, which means that he, like, his assist cancels out. But now he can do. Now he can do the jump up block against the Goblin Bruiser over here. Yeah. Gets the POW. Not sure he was looking for the POW there. I think he wanted to go for, like, a push first and then take down the Goblin so that she could get to here so that she would be next to the ball carrier. But that's just my thoughts, like my best guess. But I mean, he is walling off the Black Orcs, like, quite well here, in the sense that, like, he's being a big nuisance to them. But, like, the reason that this is working in the first place is, man, that stand firm came in real handy there for the Black Orc. But, like, the reason that he's even able to do this is because the Black Orc player was playing it slow last turn. Like, I think there was a world where he could have moved forward instead of staying where he is with his cage. And now he's kind of squished into a corner. Like, he's gonna win. Like, he is going to win the brawl with the Elves, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be able to score. Okay, that does help him out. That's a badly hurt Elf lineman. Doubt that the Apo is going to be used here. Yeah, it's a 1 SPP lineman, so he's out. That's 2 removals so far for the Black Orcs. One of them might come back. But yeah, he is winning. He is definitely winning the brawl here. I think what he's gonna go for is he just needs to get this lineman out of the way. I mean, he doesn't really even need to do that. I think he should do that, or try to get him out of the way, so that it would be... He should get the Goblin Bruiser into a better position. But again, this is his 6th turn. And at best, he's gonna be like around here with the ball carrier. That's not a great place. Like for his scoring, because like the elves are way better at like a maneuver. Okay. Okay. Yep, alright. He gets there. So but I mean that's I mean that's just going to be the witch elf goes for like 1, 2, 3, dodge there, 4, 5, and then takes a punt at him. Like, I don't. It's not a very solid defensive position for him. Okay, he dodges away. I'm pretty sure he's gonna attempt to shadow that, surely. Yep. And shadowing actually works, for once. Ooh, and that's, okay. Oh, and okay, he gets a POW on the Witch Elf. That helps a lot. Though, to be fair, she's still, again, she does have jump up, so by no means does this mean, like, she can still just easily, like a 3+ with the dodge reroll, and then a 2+ with the dodge reroll, and she gets a 2 die. And so long as, like, this guy is still completely free, he can just go over there and tag both the troll and the other goblin. Like, it's a not very great position for the Black Orcs. Not a very solid cage at all. Like, I think this Black Orc should have been here instead. Or here, probably. Only tax the troll for whatever reason with the blitzer. Yep. Okay, she gets the POW. Thick Skull means that he's only stunned, but that means that he's still out regardless because there's only... Well, he's not completely out of the game. There's still one more turn that he gets to actually act on. Yep, gets a POW on that as well. Now, what else? He can get a 1 die here. Yep, tagging that goblin with the diving tackler is smart, as well as getting away from the Black Orc, obviously. I think. Okay. I don't know what he's doing with this movement. Makes the dodge away with that blitzer as well. Now he tags the Goblin Bruiser. I really think that he should have been here rather than here. Okay. This blitzer is also very good in the sense that he's also a scoring threat now, which is good for the elves. I am going to assume that this Black Orc over here is going to come over and mark him, so he's not exactly the best, and he doesn't have a runner, which means that his passing game is not the greatest. Shall we just call it like that? But this is the Black Orc receive, so they're definitely in a pickle here. I think they need to rely on the troll and then they, yeah, I mean, 2 dice. Even with Brawler, if you roll double skulls, there's nothing you can do if you don't have a team reroll, and that is the Black Orc possibility of scoring gone, and he didn't move the Black Orc to mark the diving tackle blitzer either. So now I think he moves this blitzer over to help out against that Black Orc. Witch Elf with 2 blocks and a team reroll if she needs it. Hopefully takes him down. And then I think she dodges this guy out. Or he does that, I guess. I mean, works out just as well. Yep, takes him down. He's kind of in his own way here a little bit. Yeah, this... Well... Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to score this turn, I guess is what he decided. And yeah, I mean, he has a bludger over there, and there's like no Black Orcs that can actually reach him with those 2 GFIs. Like, the best he can do is get a goblin or 2 in there, potentially, if he throws teammate with a troll. So yep, this turned around quite badly for the Black Orcs. Obviously can't do much about, like, when the dice say no. what happened over here with the whole blocking thing. Oh, he's made that easier. Like, he's at least made it easier for the Black Orcs to annoy him. But yeah, I think, like, the biggest sort of thing to take away from... I just think that, like, the Black Orc player was playing too conservative over here. Like, when it was on his turn 5, he decided to not move forward. Like, I get that moving forward is the more risky option there, but I don't think, like, Black Orcs, especially with Dark Elves being, like, much more maneuverable than you, I just don't think he could afford to play that conservatively. I think the Black Orc player has decided that, well, he's not going to be able to stop the score. So he is going to attempt to inflict damage, which is why he did this move first, because now the troll should get a 3 dice on the blitzer over here. Decides to take the 2 die over there instead first, because again he does have Brawler on the Black Orc, so at least there's some security there. I would imagine, yep, now he goes for the 3 die, gets him down, probably goes for a gang foul on the blitzer if he isn't removed. He's stunned but not removed. Definitely he's gonna take a blitz somewhere still as well with a Black Orc. Okay, with that, probably not, I guess. I mean, he can take a 2 die at the Witch Elf. He goes for the foul first. Yeah, it's a good gang foul. Only a stun, but at least he isn't sent off. Oh, okay, doesn't go for... Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Getting the diving tackle away from the goblin. I mean, he's probably gonna try and shadow that. No? Nope, he did try, but he just failed. Alright. He slightly annoys him. I don't think he should have taken that dodge. I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, but yeah, I think this is just a case where he's now that this Black Orc is like not at all in the way, he can bring in the Witch Elf. with 3 dice. And then 2 die into both down, so... No armor break. And now is the big question of, have they put a tripwire on the end zone there? And has it been strengthened? Oh, there's the tripwire. Team reroll. Is that gonna be... I mean, that is definitely a team... Yep, alright. So the tripwire, unfortunately, was not reinforced, so with the team reroll, at turn 8, the Dark Elves do manage to score. Not sure if that was the right elf to score with, but it's better than nothing. No KO recovery for them. So it is still going to be 11 players for the Black Orcs against 9 players for the Dark Elves. And it is a Dark Elf receive. It'll be interesting to see what kind of a defensive formation the Black Orc player is going to take. He's not overloading. I wonder why he feels the need to put these 2 Black Orcs like so far back. Like I feel that they'd serve him better being like here, I think, on both sides. Like, I can understand keeping the goblins safe and in the back, but again, like, these guys have movement 4. They're not going to be really, like, just throw a random loner line elf there, and this Black Orc is probably going to be out of almost the entire half, unless he manages to get a removal on the Dark Elf. The Dark Elves, they look to be... I was going to say that they look to be stacking it on the right flank, and they still are stacking it on the right flank. But yeah, I guess the loner... This guy's over here just in case there's a blitz. Just in case there's a blitz result, so that the Black Orc won't just like stream from here or get like behind here or whatever. Alright, let's see the kickoff. Timeout. Both teams lose a turn. And the kick, like the ball went off the back line there, or sideline, and he chooses the blitzer at the back as the recipient for the ball, which is completely unsurprising. So yeah, I think I don't think you take the push there. I think you just accept that that's okay. He takes the push. Does get the defender. Does get the Black Orc down. Probably then moves over there so that he can move. Yep. And then he can move this guy. And then he can take another 2 die on that. Only pushes. Won't follow up. And he's definitely not gonna be going and tagging any of the Black Orcs over there. He's going to screen them off somewhat. Guess this guy's gonna go over there. Yeah, I mean the Dark Elf player is like in no rush whatsoever, considering that, well, he doesn't need to score this half to win. So it is the incentive is on the Black Orcs to put pressure on the Dark Elf back line, and unfortunately, that's just not something that the Dark Elves are like that they're gonna really be like. They're not that good at doing. But the Dark Elves did help them out quite a bit by bunching up like this here. I think this goblin, yeah, he's gonna make his merry way behind them. Probably would GFI there just to be extra annoying. But I guess he doesn't want to risk the GFI failing. But yeah, he's definitely, this is gonna be the, like, this Black Orc is gonna be making the blitz against this Blitzer. I do hope that he is not gonna move this Goblin Bruiser until, okay, he moves Goblin Bruiser. Alright. I was thinking that I hope that he isn't gonna be, because if he, okay, he only gets a push there, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, follow up. No. I mean... Well, I guess the Black Orc isn't getting punched, at least. So there is that. But yeah, the Dark Elves are kind of punched up here. And with this Goblin here, it's not the worst case scenario of if he had made the GFI there. Like, that would have been really, really annoying. Okay, so the Dark Elves are actually... kind of committing to... Ooh, he doesn't have block on that, so needs a team reroll. And he doesn't take down the Goblin. Okay, okay. Does at least move him to be less annoying for the dodging out, but... I'm surprised that the Dark Elf is like, committing this far forward. Like, he doesn't need to. So this is kind of playing into the hands of, like, all of the Black Orcs. He brings in the Loner Lineman over there so he can take a 1 die. He can take a 1 die against the Troll, which he succeeds at. Takes him down. Follows that up. Lineman dodge. Blitzer moves there. Gets 2 die. Takes him down with a POW. No armor breaks. And then there's the, like this is not a great situation for the Dark Elves. Like, just, this genuinely isn't. Like, he's got only this lineman left to move. And he better dodge him out. And even if he does, that's... yeah, he dodges him out, but that's... like, 1, 2, 3, 4... yeah, so 1 GFI, and the Black Orc player has a 2 die on the ball carrier. Granted, it's a blodging elf, so it's not like that, like, that is by no means a guaranteed down or anything, but, I mean, he could, like, get a POW. And now he's also, like, again, he's punched up in the middle here, which is exactly what the Black Orc wants him to be, is be bunched up so he can be surrounded and outstrength and outbrawled. But yeah, I think this is the turn where the Black Orc needs to commit heavy into, and this, I'm gonna assume this Goblin moves over there. He then goes for the blitz so that he can have this guy and this Goblin, like, depending on what happens, obviously, but, like, yeah, this is not the best of situations for the Dark Elves at all. Okay, he moves him there. For what reason? I guess with that, I'm gonna assume this Goblin makes move over there just to hem them in. But I don't think this is the, like, I think he would have been better off moving him there and then, like, covering that hole with him. Okay, he needs to re-roll the GFI, and he only gets a push. Sure, I don't think he's gonna team re-roll this block. Yeah, he's gonna, yeah, that's definitely the correct place to put him. Follows that up. Does he shadowing that? I mean, he probably shadowings that if he can. Because if he can shadowing that, then that means that he... Okay, he doesn't shadowing that, huh? I mean, I was thinking that he would attempt to shadowing that so that then he can have a 2-die against this Goblin Bruiser, and if he manages to even just push him, then that means that he's got an assist on the Black Orc. Okay, he dodges away, he tries to shadowing that, but fails the shadowing. Yeah, I don't... So, Witch Elf dodges away. Why? Because he just wants to open up the route. I mean, I genuinely think that just like the both down would have been good enough. But yep, ball carrier moves forward, and now it's just a question of, can the Elves make some 2+s? I mean, this guy is completely free, but he will need to. He definitely should have moved this guy first, I think, because like he could have gotten there without having to make any dodges. Yep, well, he moves there instead, which is worse because he is not a blodger, so him being in contact is way worse than yeah. Diving Tackler takes hold of that particular goblin. Again, not the best, but he did manage to break through there. Like this is why I think like I don't get what he was doing with this goblin bro, like this goblin over here. Like this was all like there was already a goblin and a black orc like here covering this area. I think he definitely should have reinforced here instead of just leaving it to that one goblin there. And now the Dark Elves have managed to break free from their almost encirclement because, well, I mean, that's what elves do when they are allowed to just dodge away on a 2+. And now you can, like, the Black Orcs are falling behind. Like, they are now, the elves have managed to get through, and there's not really much that the Black Orcs do at this stage. Like, I think, like, he is probably gonna go for, like, this Black Orc definitely wants to move this Goblin Bruiser first, but I think this Black Orc is going to go for, he's gonna go for a blitz here against the diving tackle guy, and then he's probably like this goblin needs to maneuver to the front. This goblin needs to maneuver to the front to try and cut off the elves' forward progress at least somewhat. But yeah, I don't. Statistically, it doesn't seem like unless the Dark Elf gets like a tragic. He's even okay. I think that's worse. Yeah, definitely bring him into contact as well. But yeah, I don't. Like, I feel that the current situation for the Dark Elves is fairly easy for them to solve. He's marking her up with 2 goblins. Hopefully he takes down... Is he gonna team reroll here? I would be very tempted. Yes, he will, and he does take down the diving tackler. Okay, that was good for him. No armor break. At least he gets next to the ball. And now his goblin can kind of safely dodge away if he wants to. And I think he probably should. He should probably, yep, he should dodge there. Not into contact with the Witch Elf, I don't think. But because like this is just genuinely going to be, he blitzes with the ball carrier. Why would you blitz there? Well, yeah. Follow that up. Yeah, makes sense. Witch Elf gets to do 2 dice on that now. needed the push, and then both down is fine, and then he just needs to make a 2+ dodge with the dodge reroll, and then a GFI to score. Which, if he scores the second touchdown, then this game is in the bag probably for the Dark Elves. So this is the Black Orcs need for the Dark Elves to get a Snake Eyes, and they get it. And that is a 2-0 touchdown for the Dark Elves, and I think that does decisively. I mean, there's still time. I think the Black Orcs can definitely get one touchdown, and the real question is, how the hell would they magic up a second one? The Dark Elf who's KO'd still stays out, so that's at least something for the Black Orcs. Makes the coming offensive at least somewhat easier. But yeah, this is I think this is a game for the Dark Elves to lose at this point. I cannot for the life of me fathom how they, and then they get a blitz. It's not a kick that they can really take advantage of a blitz. They can move 5. They can probably take down as Doug here. Yeah, move him up. Probably move this lineman there. Make the blitz with the Witch Elf. Nope. Takes him down. He stands firm because of course he does. Move the Witch Elf slightly forward. Probably over there. Yep. And then, I mean, it's gonna, mark up the Goblin there, and then, is he gonna do 2 GFIs? He will attempt to do 2 GFIs, but he fails the first one, but does not break his own armor. So, that's at least something. But yeah, a blitz was not what the Black Orc team needed as the kickoff results. Absolutely not. Pick him up. He can definitely bring enough goblins there to get a 2-die on the blitzer. I think that's what he should probably do, is bring this guy, move him over here. I don't think that was the correct move. I genuinely think that he should have just brought in 2 goblins there, taken the 2-die, and then picked up, or attempted to pick up. Is he gonna blitz that elf with this Black Orc? Why? I don't think there was any reason to do it like this. And okay, the goblin is still tagged there. And he's got less tackle zones on the ball now than he. Yeah, I don't. I mean, he is also again, he only has 2 minutes of regular time, and then he starts eating into his bonus time. He does have. I guess that makes sense if this goblin was going to be the goblin that you wanted to pick the ball up with. Then I can see it. Because yeah, I guess he does probably realize that. I mean, he's only got in addition to this turn, he only has 3 more turns to score after this. So maybe he didn't think it was acceptable for one of the backline goblins to pick up the ball. But genuinely, I think the goblin that was around here, after he did the block with the 2-die with the goblin, the guy who was here could have gone pick up and then still managed to make it roughly here, and then one of his Black Orcs just wouldn't be here in his own this far back, because he needs all of his black Orcs in the front to be able to bust through the elf defenses, because the elves are putting up a spirited defense. Okay. I think it's now the witch elf is going to again attempt to do elf things, which is going to be she's going to go 1, 2, dodge there, and there, and then go for the. I don't know why he's. Why would you? I don't. I also don't get this move. I mean, it positions him better, I guess, to, but like even if the witch elf only got like pushes, right? Like she would have pushed him there, and then he would have pushed him there, and then he would have gotten, like he would have gotten at least one more 2-die, like with one of the linemen there. And then he takes a 1-die against the troll with the loner. Doesn't follow it. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's not like Corash needs to stop him from scoring. Like it's not gonna be a game decider if the Black Orcs do score. But I do think that he had way better options when it came to defense. Like, because I think that the blitz with the witch elf probably takes down the Goblin Bruiser, especially if he's willing to like use a reroll on it, right? And getting that ball loose could well mean that like he could go for the 3rd touchdown. Instead, now he's committed, I guess, more to the defense. It does mean that the witch elf is more safe, because like the witch elf is definitely an important piece. So like going after the ball carrier there would mean that she would be in the thick of the fighting, versus now she's the safest elf on the pitch at the moment. So, but yeah, I don't. Okay, gets him down, follows him up. I think, yeah, he moves there. Troll moves. Okay. What's the angle here? He blitzes the witch elf. I guess he's gonna like he wants to bunch them up over there, and then he's gonna go to the other flank. Yeah, like I think that, but I mean, not a bad plan. And again, he does have 2 more turns to score after this, but like he can't. Like, he doesn't have a proper defensive position on this flank. But on the flip side, like, I was thinking that he was gonna, like, blitz there, I guess, to try and make a hole. But it's not like he's got a proper defensive proper defensive setup over there either. So, like, just bunching them up and once again, like, trying to hem them. What was that rush? I guess that was to... I don't know. I mean, 3+3+ into a 2-die when you have the built-in dodge reroll. I think he should have just punched the Goblin Bruiser there instead of making a dodge with the Dark Elf Lion. Like, that's a 2-die, my guy, and you've got block. Like, even if you only get a push. I mean, I guess he wants to be closer to here in case he like pops the ball out and manages to recover it, so the pass is easier. But like, of all the things to start with, why start with that? He doesn't have too many great other options to do, though. Like, the best he can get over here is a 1-die with this blitzer against that Black Orc. Like, that's the best he can do on that front. which he does take. He gets a push, but he's got stand firm, so he's gonna be annoying. I mean, he can get a 1-die with this loner line elf against the Black Orc, but I don't think that's worth it. So okay, dodges away with the Shadowing guy. Surprised that he doesn't attack the Goblin Bruiser there, but just, I guess he wants to position him in such a way. And same thing with the diving tackle guy. Like, the diving tackle guy definitely should have marked the Goblin Bruiser, I think. Is this the moment where he goes for the... No, he dodges into a tackle. Wait, what? Okay, so, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. He and the Witch Elf manages to roll. Like, yeah, again. Like, I think he was pushing his luck there, taking that many dodges into tackle zones when he could have just gone for a 3+3+ there. Like, I get that he wanted, like, and that wasn't the correct square to, like, I was thinking that, okay, he does it with the Witch Elf so that he could, like, potentially push the Goblin into this guy in case the Witch Elf fails to take him down. But I think what he was going for was that he was gonna go for, like, that she takes him down, and then this guy potentially recovers the ball and potentially even just makes the pass already to the Dark Elf lineman. But no, I think that was too greedy. Like, I just feel that was too greedy of him. Oh, this is this really what you want to do? Is that really what you want to do, Mr. Black Orc? I mean, I guess... Okay. He gets rid of a... Like, I do get the, like, the urgency of making those GFIs. Oh, he removes another elf. Little late, but better than never, I guess. Does also allow this Black Orc to get freed. Like, I don't think this was, like, making those two GFIs. Like, why? Like, if he gets taken, like, he is now more vulnerable than if he had without taking those GFIs. Unless he really is going to attempt to score, like, this turn. Which, I mean, he might well have to, I guess, if he's feeling that vulnerable about his position. But I genuinely think, especially with the Witch Elf being stunned, I genuinely think he could have just played it a little bit more slow, a little bit more safe. He's going to go for the handoff. I don't know why he didn't move that Goblin over there. Like, that Goblin was entirely free to go and tag an Elf just to have, like, that extra security in case he fails something. But, well, he didn't, so... That's a 2-1 for the Black Orcs, and one elf out of the now 3 KO'd manages to make a comeback. I think the elf that actually managed to recover is, yep, it was Sire, the guy who's been out this entire time. But yeah, even if there is like the Black Orcs need either a Blitz. Like, Blitz would be probably the best for them. But they need... Like, they need... either they need a Blitz or they need a turn back time. Like, if they get a Blitz and it's a short kick, like, that would be the best possible outcome for them. Because then they would still have a chance. I do not at all agree with his particular positioning. Like, why is the troll this far back? Like, the troll should be here. Or like here. Because, like, the elf is going to avoid the troll anyway. So... yeah. I don't... Like, without the troll being in the center there, he's in a way better position to Like, especially when he still has a team reroll left, like, he's just gonna take those 1 die with where he has block and the Black Orcs don't. Like, like, I think the troll could have been, and also these guys, I think these guys could have been, like, one more square inwards. Free bribe. Alright? That is, well, still isn't technically impossible for the Black Orcs, I think, because so long. So the Dark Elves flub a pickup. The Black Orcs fling a goblin forward, and then get the ball onto said goblin, who gets flung forward enough that he can do 2 GFIs and score. Like, that is the ideal situation here, is that the Dark Elves flub a pickup, the bounce is good, now that he's gone to cover. But the thing is, I'm not sure the Dark Elves even should go for the pickup. Well, they don't flub it, but they go for the Vanity Pass. Fail to catch, and fail to catch. Okay. Still is doable. Still is doable for the Black Orcs. I think he walks over there. Picks up the goblin. Yeah, like, the ball is actually in a better position for the Black Orcs for this 1-turn touchdown than if the ball had been flubbed over here. And, like, yep, makes sense. Take that blitz. You just needed a push to get a little bit extra movement for the troll. Okay. Armor break on the Witch Elf finally. Gets KO'd, which is, you know, whatever. So now the troll can move up to here. Yeah, up there. And then pick up the goblin. The no rerolls. No rerolls for the Black Orcs makes this not the most consistent of plays. And unfortunately the landing, he does not stick the landing. And even if he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, had he stuck the landing, he potentially could have made it. But alas, he did not. And that is the end of the game. Unless, like, yeah, no, there, like, the blitz has already been used. There's no other blocking to be made, and no fouling either. And the Dark Elves win 2-1. It was an interesting match. It was definitely an interesting match. I think the Black Orcs made a couple sort of mistakes. I think not kicking was a mistake, and I think on their turn 5, like, they were too conservative with how they moved, or as in didn't move forward with their ball carrier and cage. But still, I mean, heroic effort even at the end there to try and make, and like the Dark Elves did make it easier on them by failing that Vanity Pass, but it was not to be, and that does in fact complete the match day for Group H, with the last of them being the Vicious Virtuosi versus the Boozy Bunch here. And so currently, we have Kabustas Black Orcs at the top of the leaderboard. The Black Orcs that we drew against and that we fouled a troll into an MNG against, which they ended up actually winning their game, which which is interesting as they managed to a 1-0 against the Orcs, and especially missing their troll. That's very, very commendable of them. So we have Black Orcs currently at the top. Their team, we're doing a little bit of like, for the final stretch of the division, we're doing a bit of a review of how the teams are doing here. They have Guard on the Troll, good. They have Mighty Blow on the two Black Orcs, useful. And then they do have enough SPP to random some skills, but I have very little, like, I have little doubt that they would random any skills. There is also the Click's Eyeglass over here at 17 SPP, so I believe he only needs one more SPP to do what I think Kabusta is trying to do with him, which is to get him a stat up of some kind. I don't know if he's going down the same line with Clicks the Clown, as he's also at 7 SPP. I believe those 7 SPP are from the game against me, because I believe Clicks the Clown was the goblin who made the touchdown for him. And he also got the MVP on that game, but like, not the most developed team of Black Orcs, and they are kind of hurting in the treasury, so any losses at this point, or recycling needs that they have, could be painful. Including, for example, like this Goblin Bruiser who's been seriously injured by me with the diving tackle, but then again, he randomed the diving tackle on him, so he's still probably worth keeping around. He doesn't need any more rerolls, he already has the up out. So he's like, Kabusta's team is looking solid. Then we have Tito Brass, Shambling Undead, 3-2-1. They have, I believe, lost a ghoul to death very recently, but they do also have 75,000 in the treasury, so they can get a ghoul if they so wish, which I think they will. They have guard on both mummies. I don't think they reroll. I don't think they random those. They have a tackle on a white. They have a guard on a white, and they have chosen. They did not random, but they have chosen Sneaky Git on one of the ghouls. I mean, undead do kind of want and need removals, so the ghouls have natural access to agility skills, so I understand why you would go for a Sneaky Git on a ghoul runner, because I mean, they also have natural access to then Dirty Player. But I've found, like, personally, I think that I just can't justify using one of my ghouls for that purpose when I could, like, just have a zombie or a skeleton with just Dirty Player, and that's good enough for me. Especially now that you can random skills, like, you'll eventually probably get a skeleton or a zombie who manages to random themselves like Dirty Player, and then... But maybe the Sneaky Git ghoul just isn't a long-term investment. Like, maybe he thinks in short term that, like, he needs somebody who can foul, and, like, not getting sent off as often as normal is good enough reason to give him, like, Sneaky Git straight from the bat. But yeah, otherwise, like, looking pretty solid. I don't get any of these references, by the way, so if somebody knows what, like, whether the Teeth of Brass and all of the names in here are a reference to something in specific, do let me know. But yeah, I think he is gonna spend those 75k to get himself back the ghoul that he lost, and he is my next opponent, so it'll be an interesting game, to say the least. Like, his tackle is annoying. Obviously, he outbashes me with the 3 guard on the team, but I do also outmaneuver him. Maybe not massively when he has the 4 ghouls, and, like, he does have movement 6 on the whites as well. So not massive maneuvering advantage, but I do obviously then have the passing advantage. Moving on. We have Vicious Virtuosi, and as I said, like, that was an important game for both Vicious Virtuosi and the Boozy Bunch, in that if the Boozy Bunch had actually won that, they would have been, like, fighting, like, they would have been in second place there. So, but now with the Vicious Virtuosi making that, they're like both teams are still fighting for the top spots. Like there's not a massive amount of difference between like these teams and Kabusta at the front. So let's take a look at the Vicious Virtuosi. He has 130k in the bank. He can get himself a Blitzer. He's got the 3 rerolls. He's got the Apothecary. So I think that he's just gonna get himself the 4th Blitzer and be fine with his life choices. I think he has... So this Lion Elf Hera over here probably got the MVP last game, so he randomed the skill, which is Pro. And no other sort of thing to compare to the game previously. I don't think he'll be randoming skills on either Blitzer. Again, like him losing a Blitzer match day 1 is still hurting him in that like he's only now getting the full complement of Blitzers, and he still has like the one guy who is seriously injured. So overall, not the best of worlds for him, but he does have the 3 rerolls and the Apo, so he's got the solid foundation down for his team, and with the addition of the 4th Blitzer, like so long as no other tragic losses happen, like he's on his way to building a very solid Dark Elf team. Then we got BB Nut with his Harlequins BBFC, who just recently lost to Kabusta at Black Orc Down, but they're definitely still not out of the clash at the top. He has Big and Blockers. He has not randomed any of these. He... what is that? Is that a passing injury? Okay, it doesn't show me that. Oh, and now I'm back to my own team for whatever reason. That's kind of weird. Right, BB Nut, he has... So, this Big Gun took that injury in the last game, which is broken arm minus passing ability when he has no passing ability. So, entirely negligible of damage, but he's going to be MNG for whoever faces him next, so that's fun. Big on blockers, he needs 2 more SPP here, so he's not going to random a skill. They've all just called him block, which is like the thing to pick on them. None of the Blitzers have yet leveled up. 2 of them do have SPP enough to get themselves a random skill if they so wish, but who would do that? Who would random a skill on an Orc Blitzer? Like, nobody would do that. And then Thrower over here, I believe he randomed the on the ball and then he chose the block, which again makes him a on the ball is a skill, like especially for like the Orc Thrower with movement 5, like on the ball is an entirely useful skill. Obviously, I think he would have probably preferred like leader instead, but like on the ball, not the worst. He only has the 2 rerolls, so I think that's what he's saving for. He could get himself a goblin if he so wished, but I don't think, like with the 13-man roster here, I don't think he's gonna go for it. I think he's just gonna again. So solid Orc team. No real sort of like the block makes it more solid, obviously, but like no guard, no mighty blow, no tackle yet. Has got to be frustrating at least a little bit for BB Nut. Then we have SnigerDK here with the Boozy Bunch. I wonder if he got any skills. Yes, he did. So he has chosen to get block on Ozik's Green Twilight, the Goblin Bruiser lineman. He has chosen to get kick, and he has chosen to get... Wait, no. Do the Goblin Bruiser linemen have... I don't think they have general... No, they have to have general access, right? Because, like, this is... Yeah, he didn't random these skills, surely, because, like, the block should also then be random, because, like, they're all level 2, so, yeah. Wait, what? How is that? How is this possible? No, I think... So what happened, I think, is he chose the block, which is still a double, and then he randomed a double on these two. I think that's what happened there. And he's got kick, he's got dirty player, which like both of them are useful things for a Black Orc team. Maybe not so much the kick, but like dirty player goblin, absolutely. Like he gets sneaky git and he's fine. Not sure if he's gonna random anything on the Goblin Bruiser lineman he's got left. I doubt he's gonna random any skills on the Troll or the Black Orc. 3 rerolls, Apo, so now it's really the question of, is he going to... I think he already rolled for expensive mistakes, so is he going to buy any more goblins? I think he might get 1, maybe 2 more goblins, like, to cap it out at 14, but I think that's gonna be it for his team. The Stand Firm came in really handy in that game, like against the Witch Elf. So like I can't blame him for having like Stand Firm on those Black Orcs, but like no block, no guard, like is gonna hurt into other bashing matchups that he might still have left. Then we have Sunny Days, Orc lacking. Hello, Robo. Unfortunately, you missed the game. The Dark Elves did win, and we're now just doing the sort of division, taking a look at the division at the end of there. We have Orc lacking, Sunny Days. So that's a Blitzer who chose to take Mighty Blow. He's got 4 SPP, so he could random a normal somewhere. And then that's a Blitzer who randomed himself a guard, which is my boy, my dude. I applaud you randoming the skill. But I'm not sure if you did it because you thought it was going to be funny, or whether you did it because you thought it was actually good, or you thought that, well, I mean, I'm probably going to have enough cash if he manages to roll, like, multiple block that I can just replace him if he doesn't roll anything good. But I still just... Especially, like, when I don't think he's got, like, he's only got the 2 skills on the Blitzers, like... One of the first of his Blitzers to level, and he decides to random it, and he gets guard, so he did get rewarded for his cojones there. But I don't think I would have taken that. Like I wouldn't have taken that gamble, certainly. He does have 2 other Blitzers, both of which who will probably just pick a skill because they do have the SPP for it. And he does have a big unblocker who can probably pick, like, who's gonna pick a skill. I would imagine that that's gonna be guard over there. Probably gonna be guard on a Blitzer. I would imagine maybe a tackle on the other Blitzer as the chosen skills. He randomed the skill on the Orc lineman and he got Sure Hands. I don't think that particular Orc is gonna be sticking around in the team. Because, I mean, he doesn't really need a Sure Hands guy if he's already got the Thrower. He randomed the skill on the Thrower, and he got Nerves of Steel, which is... not really the thing you want on an Orc Thrower. Like, of the passing skills available to you, probably not really what you want. He's got an Orc lineman who took an agility bust. Probably going to get himself rotated at some point, but, like, he's only got the 2 rerolls. He doesn't even have an apothecary. So, I think that's probably what he's going to be doing with the 160k that he has in. He's going to take the reroll, which is 120, and then he needs to wait 10 more k to get an apothecary. He could obviously also go for the reroll and a goblin, or like if he goes for the apothecary, he can like rotate out an Orc lineman, but I think just getting the 3rd reroll is probably like what he's gonna get. And then just like save for like apothecary purposes. But again, like this out of the Orc teams, I think this is looking like not that many blocks on the big unblockers is is slightly concerning, but like with all of the blitzers like having at least one skill probably at next match, and then having a big unblocker who probably has like guard as well to help out. Yeah, I think this is like this as just looking at the team and looking at the skills is probably like the most solid of the teams so far. Like the Nerves of Steel and the Sure Hands is yeah, no, you kind of don't, you probably won't want those, but like it's the Orc like bash power that really makes the Orc team, and they do genuinely be doing decently well on that. Then we have Magiot and Mag's crew as the last Orc team to go over. He has block on a big unblocker. All three out of 4 biggins could random skills. Doubt they will. He has a blitzer who could random a skill. He has a blitzer who chose guard. He has a blitzer who chose mighty blow. Blitzer who doesn't have any SPP, and an orc thrower who chose on the ball, and 2 linemen. 2 rerolls, an apothecary, 170k in the treasury. I would be really surprised if he also didn't pick up just the second reroll. He might, like with only 11 players, I would be tempted to also pick up a goblin, whether or not that's because, well, I mean the thing is so it's 120, right? Well, he can get himself a 3rd lineman, and I think that's probably better, because he kind of wants to get a 3rd lineman who he can put on the line of scrimmage, rather than having to put like a blitzer or a blocker there. So my estimation is that he's not going to be randoming any skills here, so this is going to be what you're going to be facing, but he is going to get a reroll. He's probably going to get an orc lineman to boost up his numbers a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this looks solid. No random skills distributed anywhere. Just solid. I mean, again, he did choose on the ball. If I was gonna choose a skill for an orc thrower, I would probably go for leader rather than on the ball. But like, I do get why you would go for on the ball. Like, it's not at all a bad skill, especially on an orc thrower. So, but yeah, I mean, all of the orcs are looking solid, but orc lacking, I think, definitely the most solid of them. Then we have my own team, Orca Champions, Dark Elves. We are not looking as solid as we would want to. Unfortunately, only the one skill so far on the blitzers, and that was a chosen dodge. We have a chosen wrestle on Yuzi at the lineman. We could random a couple of skills on our lineman. We're not going to. We're definitely... I mean, it's tempting because, like, Danton is probably gonna get rotated out at some point, so it is tempting to, like, roll a skill for him. And we might do, if he doesn't get, you know, the SPP to choose a skill at a later point, we, like, at the end of the, like, for the last game or the last 2 games, we might just random a skill and hope we get something useful. Tigga, one of our linemen, took minus passing, which is whatever. Like, his purpose in life is to just mostly be here to absorb hits, like, on the line of scrimmage, and that doesn't, like, at all impair his ability to do that, so that's fine. We decided to go for pass as a chosen skill on Pitpat, and my reasoning for that is, well, one, he's here because he passes on a 3+, so getting him just a native reroll on that is I feel very good. And secondly, the pass combos with dump off in that, well, if he's doing a dump off, then, you know, the pass applies to that throw as well, so it's just... I was contemplating, like, sure hands over pass, but I think, like, as I said, like, I think he's here mostly for the fact that he passes on a 3+, so just, and, like, I'm not getting, like, the 3rd reroll anytime soon, so I just think having that extra reliability by just having him pick pass works out better for us in the long run. Flix has chosen to take dodge. I think we're gonna, like, if we're gonna, like, again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this team after the season. I could well re-roll, but the idea here is that, like, he takes the dodge, which gives him a little bit of defense. It also, like, it gives him a little bit of, like, it also helps him maneuver around with the dodge reroll built in. But after the dodge, I think we're just gonna save SPP on Flicks to potentially to get him a multiple block at some point. But that is a long-term project. I could, like I was tempted to take block on him, but like the dodge I feel just works out better because like a lot of the time he's gonna be doing stabbing rather than regular block action. And then, like, dodge is just, like, dodge helps out otherwise as well, rather than just with the blocking, like the block does. So, yeah, that's why we took dodge. And unfortunately, we're definitely not randoming a skill on our Witch Elf, and she's still stuck at 3 SPP. We are trying to give her, we are definitely trying to give her a touchdown somewhere so that we can get that block on her and make her that much better of a player. But so far, we haven't succeeded. We have 60k in the treasury, and for now, we're just hoping that we can get a really, like, we can get enough cash to get our third reroll after the next game. Then we have Ravenwing by Average Grumpy Dad, and he has gone for the I'm gonna random a bunch of skills and see where that gets me approach. The only picked skill on this team is the Mighty Blow on the Blitzer over there. But that does mean that he has multiple block on a Blitzer. He has tackle on a catcher. I mean, he randomed a Dirty Player on the human lineman, and that worked out really well. And then he has Pro on the thrower, which is like probably the last person on the team who'd want Pro. Like, really? Like, he's already got the built-in rerolls for what, like, the things that he wants to have built-in rerolls for. So yeah, I like Pro. Yeah, I don't like, he went for the gambles, and honestly, I don't think it's I don't think it has, like, paid off for him overall. But I mean, human teams are quite solid, like, out of the box regardless. So with three rerolls and apothecary probably isn't gonna, like, random a skill on the ogre there. But yeah, like, the human teams in the division have been struggling, and that's, I think, because it's a very heavy bash. And, well, I mean, the human team versus, like, the human team, if you take a look at it, and then you look at an orc team, and you go, well, the human team is slightly faster and slightly better at the passing game. And then, well, I would say a lot better at the passing game. But then you look, then the orc team, like, massively outbashes the human team. And, like, they aren't that much slower. And the like, there are 3 orc teams in the division, and then 2 black orcs who massively outbash them, undead who outbash the humans and can keep up with them as well, and then 2 dark elf teams who are, like, the bashiest of the elves available. Probably bashiest of the elves, like, just full stop. And that's just not a recipe where, like, the human teams, if they don't get lucky, or unless they have, like, exceptionally better coaching, they're just not gonna have the greatest of times. And yeah, that's pretty much manifested in the division here. He does have, like, one of his blitzers chose guard, very useful to his team. He has 1 blitzer who could random a skill, doubt he will. He has an ogre who could pick a skill, but he also does have serious injury on the ogre, which is never good. The thrower, I think, picked Cannoneer. I think the human thrower is 80,000, so he picked +1 passing ability for long pass and long bomb. And then he has the catcher, who has chosen 2 skills, Sprint and Sure Feet, which is generally not how you see the catcher being built, but like this in combination with the thrower with the cannoneer, yeah, like he's definitely dedicating himself to the passing play, and I mean, if that is his greatest strength as a human team in this division, is that he is superior in his passing ability to every other team like in the division. So going for like maximum ability to pass and like move fast with the catcher is by no means a bad call to make. I think genuinely probably would have, instead of Sure Feet, probably would have taken block on the catcher, just because, well, I mean, blodge means that they are much more likely to not get knocked down if they get hit. So the Sure Feet is like, yeah, it's nice, especially when you have Sprint, but like when you have 3 team rerolls, I'm not sure I would have taken like Sure Feet. Third skill, yeah, but the second probably would have taken block over that. Human lineman, he could random something. He might. I think like human lineman's randoming things is like just genuinely like I think good value overall. He's got 2 human linemen who could random themselves a skill. I don't know what he's like, how he feels about randoming skills on human linemen, but I could definitely see him randoming one or randoming both or not randoming any. He does have an armor busted human lineman. I expect that he's gonna get replaced for the next game. I don't know who he's facing the next game, so depending on like how heavy of a bash team that is, I would probably like swap him out, just so that there's no danger of him like hogging an MVP or anything. And he's got a halfling who doesn't have any SPP on him, so 3 rerolls, apothecary. So again, solid-ish like human team, because human teams are always solid, but definitely like I just feel that this division is the place where the human team is gonna be the underdog, regardless of how solid of a team they get, unless they get like really good random rolls, or unless they get really lucky and get like a bunch of development on their blitzers. Which neither human team has had. But with that, thank you, Snigger. I had fun watching the game. Hope you had fun playing the game. Good luck with your next game and the rest of the games for your season, except the game against me, because I'd prefer to win that one if you don't mind. Yeah, I think that is going to be where we're going to end the stream. We've gone through the entire division. Definitely, like, the top teams are all looking very solid, and there's not that much distance between them. Unfortunately, I'm down here, and I didn't want to be down here. I wanted to be up here. But alas, such is Blood Bowl at times. So I believe the games that I have left is I have Hyperbrain of Teeth of Brass next match day 7, and then I have SnigerDK, and I have Sunny Days, I believe. So I have a Black Orc and an Orc matchup still to go. Not sure which way those are, but yeah, my team is developing solidly. I think I have a decent-ish chance into the Teeth of Brass, because like I have slight maneuvering advantage, and I definitely have the passing advantage. And unlike the Orcs, who just have so many bodies with strength 4, and then they got 4 other bodies that have block on them, he only has the 2 blocks. He does have the 3 guards, but it's a lot easier to sort of screen out and contain mummies that move at movement 3, even if they are at strength 5, than it is to stop all of the movement 5 black orcs, sorry, not black orcs, biggins, and then their orc blitzer buddies. So I think I have a decent-ish chance into Teeth of Brass, and Again, definitely depends on like what happens in development against these two, but I think at their current development level, I have a decent chance of making a fight out of both of these games as well. But as I said, I will definitely be streaming them on the assumption that my opponent gives me their go-ahead to be able to stream those games. So hope everyone's going to be here to watch that. And I think that I shall be signing off here. And as I always say, good evening, good day, good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever happens to be the time of day for you. Have a good one.